Good morning from WLOX News Now. This is Good Morning Mississippi.
Good morning, Mississippi. Happy to have you waking up with us on this Thursday. In our first half hour today, 2 pharmacy owners in Ocean Springs plead guilty to defrauding TRICARE. Hurricane Sally winds starting to pick up a bit across South Mississippi as we are monitoring this Category 1 storm that has decided to take its sweet time getting to our shores. Good morning and thank you for joining me from our WLOX digital desk. I am Meggan Gray and we are of course continuing to track Hurricane Sally this morning. It's taking a lot longer to get here, and so we have definitely seen a slower approach, slower evidence of Sally's impact on South Mississippi, but that does not mean that we are necessarily out of the woods yet. Check out this video, the beach in Biloxi underwater.
The threat level is not as high as we were originally expecting yesterday, now that the storm is not as far west as it was expected to be.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're thankful for that, Wesley, because I know we were talking about 11-foot storm surge yesterday at this point. We were talking about up to 20 inches or more in rain. So we are seeing a drastic difference in those expected impacts. We're not going to complain about that. I did want to pop up while I still have you with us, a look from the Biloxi Lighthouse this morning, and you can see some of that water encroaching along the beach, along the shores, not up to 90 at this particular spot, but it's definitely higher than we're used to seeing. Well, it is pitch black outside as many of you are waking up without power, perhaps watching us on your phone or tablet. I know you're eager to get out and assess the damage after winds from Zeta savagely whipped across South Mississippi. But right now, many cities have extended their curfews and first responders are urging you to stay off the roads. It is a mess out there. Even looking out your window, you'll probably see scenes like this. Breaking news this morning, all westbound lanes of I-10 are blocked near exit 68 in Jackson County right now. Here's a live look at the scene. Again, this is I-10 at Highway 613 exit in Moss Point, and you can see all those bright lights. That's the westbound traffic backed up on I-10. And we do have breaking news we're following for you this morning. We have been learning more about this accident on the Pascagoula River Bridge on I-10. Now that the sun is coming up just a little bit, we can see more of what's happening. Those westbound lanes still blocked. Jackson County EMA Director Earl Etheridge says an 18-wheeler fell off the Pascagoula River Bridge, landed in the water below. This is a live look at what's happening right now as rescue crews arrive on the scene. We have learned one person was rescued from the truck and has been sent to the hospital. However, we understand there's still another person inside the truck, and that's what crews are working on right now. Breaking right now, crews are still working to rescue a person after an 18-wheeler goes over the Pascagoula River Bridge on I-10. You can tell those westbound lanes of traffic still moving very slowly across the Pascagoula River Bridge. Officials tell us one person may still be stuck inside the truck. Another person has already been rescued and rushed to the hospital, but no word on the extent of injuries. And as you can tell, that westbound traffic still just crawling right now, so you may want to avoid this area. The accident happened around 4:30 this morning. It is 6:47 and you are looking live at rescue operations underway right now off the Pascagoula River Bridge in Jackson County after an 18-wheeler went over the side of that bridge around 4:30 this morning. One person has been rescued and crews are attempting to find a second person believed to be in that cab. Bill Snyder has been reporting live for us and he will bring us another live update, but also note the westbound traffic on the bridge still practically at a standstill, just crawling. Let's start on the Democratic side. The biggie, of course, the presidential primary with 36 pledged delegates at stake. And there's quite a list of contenders on the Mississippi ballot. Now keep in mind, even though you'll see a total of 10 Democratic nominees for president on your ballot, only 5 candidates are technically still in the race. Everyone else has withdrawn. So here they are in alphabetical order. Joe Biden, Michael Bloomberg, Pete Buttigieg, who of course has withdrawn, and Tulsi Gabbard. Amy Klobuchar also withdrawn. Deval Patrick, who is now out of the race. Bernie Sanders still in it. And Tom Steyer also taken his name out of the running for the Democratic side. And rounding out the 10 candidates, Elizabeth Warren and Andrew Yang also withdrawing his name from that list. Now, if you're voting Republican, this is what you'll see on your ballot. In the presidential primary, there will be 3 names listed in alphabetical order: Rocky De La Fuente, incumbent Donald Trump, and Bill Weld. Also on your ballot, if you're voting Democrat in this primary, the race for a U.S. Senate seat, the winner in this race will face incumbent Republican Cindy Hyde-Smith. There are 3 Democrats vying for that position: Toby Barty, Jensen Boren, and Mike Espy. And in the House District 4 primary, there are 4 Republicans: Carl Boynton, Robert Deming, Samuel Hickman, and the incumbent Stephen Palazzo. Now again, these primaries are next Tuesday, March 10th, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And we'll be sure to bring you updates on all the results on air and online at WLOX.com. Well, Desiree, let me tell you, it may not be the traditional Biloxi Seafood Festival you're used to, but they have plenty of seafood. This is the 39th annual Seafood Festival. Go on fish fry, and yes, fried shrimp as well. They batter it up over here, they dip it in the fryers. We got baked beans going, a nice assembly line, and they are staying busy already. They started at 10 o'clock this morning. We are at the Biloxi Lighthouse Park, just next to the Biloxi Visitor Center, so if you want to come by and grab a plate, you can do so until 10 o'clock tonight. It's on the north side of Highway 90, and you just drive on through. Biloxi Chamber of Commerce President Sam Burke is with me. You guys have stayed pretty busy already.
Oh my gosh, we are I'm blown away with how busy things have been.
NASA's chief administrator decided the best place to unveil the agency's upcoming budget is right here in South Mississippi. That's because a big chunk of that $25 billion budget is sitting on a rocket test stand at Stennis Space Center. Bill Snyder was at Stennis to learn more about NASA's future and get a closer look at the Space Launch System, the most powerful rocket ever built. Coast casinos have been empty now for 5 weeks. The closures have resulted in thousands of employees losing their jobs, and it's cost the resorts tens of millions of dollars in revenue. Segura says they are communicating with potential visitors to South Mississippi, telling them to stay home and stay safe, but when the time is right, come visit us. He says our market will benefit when travel begins again because we are a drive-in market and people will not want to fly. Unemployment claims continue to rise in Mississippi. Estimates show a 14,000% increase in claims since the coronavirus outbreak started. Now, for those of you who've applied for unemployment but haven't been eligible to receive benefits, well, there may be a new option for you now. It's week 3 of having the kids home from school during this coronavirus chaos, and many of you are experiencing the added stress of helping your children with classwork. Some districts are choosing to send weekly assignments to students, and this morning I'm sharing my personal experience with homeschooling.
Oh, bruh.
It's hard to stay focused at home. As a mom of 3, there are days simple tasks seem impossible. And in this world of social distancing, I figured the safest way to tell this story about the struggles of homeschooling would be to take you inside my own messy house. It's where I come home from work and tackle our lesson plans of the day for my 5th grader, my 3rd grader, and my little pre-K 3 nugget. Our school has been fantastic with online updates from the principal and laid out lesson plans posted every day. Our teachers also host Zoom meetings, which is a delight for the kids to see all their friends. But I'll be honest, the work can be a bit challenging at times. It's led me to ask myself more than once, am I smarter than a 5th grader? And though I love our dog, her playful spirit can be a bit distracting. Whether it be in books, printed worksheets, or online, we push through, and I do my best to keep the kiddos on track. Now, the work really does vary from district to district and from school to school for that matter, but the work that we're doing at our home typically takes about 4 to 5 hours, but that is with plenty of distractions, be it the cat, the dog, or needing some food, a little quick break to get up and move around. We're making the most of it, right? And just doing everything we can and keeping a positive attitude.
I can't keep this up.
Yeah, we can all feel a bit overwhelmed at times, especially knowing the number of days we're out of school may linger on. We just don't know that yet. But I can tell you I'm especially grateful for the work our teachers are putting in to help maintain some sense of normalcy while we all navigate these uncharted seas. We're all in the same boat. And I, for one, am thankful for an opportunity to help my children continue their learning during this crazy time. At least they're still smiling about it, for now. Reporting from my home here in Gulfport, Meggan Gray, WLOX News Now. And they always wear their pajamas, if you didn't notice. That's another benefit, I suppose, of learning from home. But we want you to know you are not in this alone. To help you, WLOX is partnering with local school districts to get lessons into South Mississippi homes for our students.